core. So I wanted to create this video to show you how to properly connect with your inner core. So our inner core is made up of 4 muscles. Those muscles include the diaphragm, the pelvic floor, the transverse abdominis, and of course, the multifidus, that back muscle that runs all along that spine. All of these muscles work together to stabilize our body, to support our movement. So today I'm going to show you some breathing techniques to help you connect with that. So I like to call these the basic 8. They're going to be 8 different breathing exercises that you can do to really help you connect with different parts of your body that you may not have done so. So these are safe for expecting moms and postpartum moms, no matter if you are experiencing diastasis recti or any pelvic floor dysfunction. These can be a great start to get you to connect with those parts of your body. So let's begin. We're going to start with our diaphragm activation. Okay, so this one is a way to connect to that diaphragm. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a deep inhale. As you inhale, what we want to do is we want to let the belly rise. We want to fill the belly and ribs with air. So go ahead and inhale and gentle exhale. So here we are connecting to the diaphragm. Whenever we inhale through our diaphragm, we are actually allowing the pelvic floor to relax and getting back our natural breathing pattern, which we've probably lost throughout life. So one more. Good. Now number 2, we're going to take a quick inhale. So you're going to place your hands here, and you can actually have your hands on your belly throughout the whole diaphragm activation sequence. So here we're going to do just a quick inhale. So as you inhale, you should see a quick expansion of the belly, and then gentle exhale. One more. Great. Now we're going to connect to the pelvic floor muscles next. Okay, so the pelvic floor muscles really help support our organs, support our baby. It helps us with sexual function. And it's really important to work those muscles during pregnancy and postpartum, especially if you are, having any heaviness or experiencing any leaking, things like that. You definitely first want to go see a pelvic floor physical therapist. And then if that is not available to you for whatever reason, then you need to start practicing some gentle connections to that part of your body. Okay, so we're going to start with our on and off connections here. So I want you to go ahead and connect to the pelvic floor. So you can imagine picking up a marble with your vagina, okay? So you're going to pick up that marble on the on, and then you're going to release on the off. So I'm picking up my marble here, really connecting and lifting, and then releasing. And as you do these, you just want to continue your breathing, your normal breathing pattern. And you want to make sure that you are not squeezing your glutes, adding tension in your thighs, in your hamstrings. You really want to make this move where you can't tell I'm doing anything. Okay, so you want to make sure you're not holding your breath. And a good way to know if you are holding your breath or not is to talk while you do them. So right now I'm obviously speaking, so I know I'm not holding my breath. I'm just connecting and releasing. Okay, good. And release. So another cue I like to give is imagine you're sipping up through a straw with your vagina. So you can imagine, a cup, or a cup with a straw, and you're sipping up as you connect. So we don't only squeeze, you really squeeze and lift up, and then you release, because with the pelvic floor, we need a balance. We need to have a healthy balance between how deeply can you connect and lift, and how can you really release and relax that pelvic floor. Okay, so it's not just about tightness. We want to make sure we're balanced, just like any other muscle in the body. So now we're going to do an extended connection here. So with this one, we're going to connect, pick up that strawberry, pick up that marble, blueberry, whatever you want to pick up. And we're going to count for a couple seconds. And as you count, you want to continue to breathe. Maybe do 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to fully relax. Feel that pelvic floor fully relax here. And we connect again. 1, 2, 3, and release. Good. Here we go again. Connect. We got 1, 2, 3, and release. Let's go for last one. Connect to that pelvic floor. 1, 2, 3, and release. Perfect. Now we're going to go into an elevator, okay? And this is the last one of the pelvic floor connection. So with the elevator, I want you to think about going, an elevator going to level 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so number 3, I want you to picture that full picking up a marble. Okay, you're fully connected, okay? Number 1 and 0, you are completely relaxed pelvic floor. Okay, so I want you to take it to level 1. So you're going to do about 1/4 of a connection of the pelvic floor. Level 2, a little bit more, maybe halfway of the connection. And now we're in level 3. I want you to fully pick up that marble. Pick it up, squeeze and lift all the way to the top. Now we're going to bring it down to level 2. You're going to release halfway. Level 1, release a little bit more. 0. You're in that fully relaxed pelvic floor, okay? So let's take it back up again. So we're going to go 1, 2, halfway, 3, full lift, down, 2, halfway, 1, and 0. Let's go for one more here. So let's connect, 1/4 of a connection, level 1, level 2, level 3. Try to make sure you're still breathing, okay? Bring it down, 2, 1, and 0. So try to think about which one feels more dominant, which one feels harder to do, which one feels a little easier. Is it connecting up or releasing down? And that can kind of tell you a little bit about where you are as far as your pelvic floor goes. Are you maybe having a weaker pelvic floor? Or is the release very hard for you because maybe you are always in that fully tightened, squeezed pelvic floor? So it's a good place to kind of see where you might be on that. So now let's take it to the transverse abdominis. So that is one of the muscles in the core, okay, that make up that inner core unit. So the transverse abdominis wraps all the way from the back to the front, is our deepest abdominal layer, okay? It's the one you want to work during pregnancy, is the one you want to work postpartum, is the one that you truly want to connect to get some real core strength. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a diaphragmatic breath. So the first one we did, go ahead and inhale. Belly's going to expand. And then on the exhale, I want you to draw your hip bones together. So feel your hip bones and try to imagine your hip bones trying to come towards one another. So we inhale Now with these, it's best to do an audible exhale that's going to just connect you a little deeper to those muscles. And it's just a good reminder, especially if this is brand new to you, and you're not used to it. It can take some time. So let's do for 2 more here. Inhale. Good. Now let's do a quick exhale. So remember, we did a quick inhale at the beginning to activate that diaphragm. Now we're doing a quick exhale to activate the transverse abdominis. Okay, so let's inhale, belly rises. Good. Hip bones are, imagine those hip bones trying to touch one another. Everything is kind of wrapping in, okay? Last one here. Great. Now we're gonna put it all together, okay? So this is our last one. This is the belly pump, the core breathing belly pump that I use during workout. So this is the one you want to use, when you are actively trying to work your core, when you're actively exercising, okay? So it's not one that you want to do just everyday type breathing, but it's one that it's more of breathing with intention, breathing for a purpose, which is to truly connect to the pelvic floor, truly connect to the transverse abdominis, okay? So like I mentioned before, everything is a little canister here that works together. So when we're going to inhale, I'm going to walk you through. So we're going to inhale, belly rises, pelvic floor is relaxing as you inhale. On the exhale, we are first going to pick up that marble and connect those hip bones. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and inhale. Keep going. So we inhale, belly rises. Feel that pelvic floor fully relax. As we exhale, we're going to pick up that marble, sip through that smoothie, pick up that blueberry, whatever is working for you. And you're going to pick that up, and then you're going to connect those hip bones together as you continue to exhale, okay? Another great cue that works for some people is imagine that you are zipping up a tight pair of jeans, okay? So imagine those, super tight jeans that you might be trying to squeeze into. And as you inhale, buttons open, you are inhaling, and then on the exhale, you grab that zipper, connect to that pelvic floor, and then zip all the way up as you continue to exhale, okay? So let's do a couple more here. Good. So continue to practice these. These are great breathing exercises to do to regulate intra-abdominal pressure, okay? So what we're doing here is we are really regulating the pressure in our abdomen by connecting to the pelvic floor and zipping all the way up, as opposed to if you've been to any exercise classes where they might cue you to pull your belly to spine, okay? So there is a big difference from that and from what I'm showing you here. Pulling belly button to spine is going to just pull belly button back. It's going to add pressure to the pelvic floor. It's going to add pressure to the diaphragm here. As opposed to what we are doing here is really connecting and regulating that pressure from pushing down or pushing up. So these are great exercises, and honestly the beginning of how you can rehab your core. So you want to start with these, you want to try to master these, and then once you have these, you can slowly move into other core exercises that I'll try to create a video for, where you can come and check those out. But yes, master these, really practice them. I know it kind of stinks sometimes. It's like, really, I'm just breathing. But without these, you're not going to see much improvement in your core strength, in your diastasis recti if you are experiencing that. And these are the best way to begin. So let me know if you have any questions. I am